don't know if anyone else has ever experienced this issue before. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. I'm 99% sure every single person who is listening to this has experienced this issue before. I went and I tried to contact Ubisoft to gain access back to one of my accounts. I provided them with locations, I provided them with times in which the account was created, I provided them with receipts for purchases made on that account because I forgot the email. I provided everything that a normal company would ask for to prove you are the creator, owner, and, you know, the person who should be getting access back to the account. Apparently Ubisoft is like, nah, fuck you, we can't fucking prove you're the owner unless you have the fucking email that you created between 6 to 8 years ago. Now let me put this into perspective. 6 to 8 years ago, I was so fucking young and stupid that I was just creating emails out the ass. Just because, why the fuck not? So I went to go try to get my email, or not my email. I went to go try to get my Ubisoft account back earlier with all the information I told y'all about. They said, nah, fuck you. This ain't the first fucking time this has happened. I even provided them with the fucking email for one of my accounts because I knew the email. I didn't have access to it, though. I told them I lost the fucking email. They still would not help me. I went and I asked them, what the fuck do I need to change the fucking email? They told me I need access to the fucking email. I went to them to change the email because I didn't have access to it. They turn around and say, no, you need access to the fucking email even though you're contacting us because you don't have access to the email. Make that make sense. Alright? Then, on a separate occasion, I went to go try to refund something that was accidental. I accidentally purchased a game while it was on sale. I thought it was a different game, so I went to go try to refund it. Alright, this is on a different account, alright? Yes, I have separate accounts for multiple different reasons, alright? I never keep everything on just one account because you could lose all your accounts all at the same damn time. Or you could lose one account and lose just very specific minor things, So that's why I never keep everything on one central account. I keep it on separate accounts. The only account that I keep everything on is my Steam account because you know what? Steam helps. Alright? They've helped me before. They'll help me again. Alright? Anyways, back on topic. I went to go and get back one of... I went to go try to refund one of my games that I accidentally purchased. And their support was like, sorry, but you can't refund this game because it's on sale. And I told them, okay, I purchased it while it was on sale. Why can't I refund it while it's still on sale? So that way if your system does glitch, it doesn't, completely fuck shit up. Because, there have been a few situations where systems have glitched. People buy games, they go on sale, they try to refund those games, and what do they end up back with? They ended up back with the amount they would have spent if the game was discounted and not full price, even though they paid full price for the game in the first place. And they lose the game completely until they spend the fucking money to get it back again. Alright, it's happened before. Alright, you can look it up. A lot of people have dealt with it, apparently. I'm not one of them, alright? I just wanted to get my money back from the game because it was an accidental purchase, thinking it was a different game. And they told me that I can't. I asked them why. They told me that it's because it's on sale. Like I said, I asked them, okay, So what, do I have to wait till it's off? So they said, no, we're not going to refund this game at all. I went to my card holder, and they tried to fight with me as well. And I told them, this was an accidental purchase. I don't want this shit. Alright? Refund this shit. Alright? Or I'm going to a different branch. Because they're refusing to refund it because apparently while it's on sale it can't be refunded. My branch is refusing to do a fucking chargeback because apparently they can't do chargebacks on accidental purchases, even though you're telling them that it was an accident. You didn't mean to make that purchase, and you want the money back, and you yourself are right there in front of them, so that way you're face to face with them. And apparently they still didn't want to listen until I threatened to go to a different branch. Sometimes you gotta threaten in order to get past shit, alright? I don't understand why it is that companies think, oh, we can fuck people over all we fucking want just because they don't have these specific things. And then refuse to fucking tell you what those specific things are to the exact point. Alright? And then when you do give them those exact things, they still turn around and are like, nah, fuck you, you still don't get this shit. Because fuck you, that's why. You'll never get this shit. Because, you're not providing enough shit for us to be able to prove it's you. Even though you provided us with exactly what you provided us last time to prove that it was you. And, we helped you out a little bit more than we did this time. And then we turned around and we fucked you over. So, I don't fucking get it. Alright? Companies are constantly just doing this shit to everybody. Alright? PlayStation's going disc only. Alright? Bullshit. Y'all can go fuck yourself. Xbox, respectably, are going disc to digital. Alright? They're at least giving you the option to still buy those discs. They're not taking away that option. But they're also, wanting you to focus more on the digital market than the physical. But they're still being cool about the discs. Alright? Steam, they've been digital only for the longest time. Alright? But they're also on a different level than a console. Alright? On a console, you're locked to that system's shit. If they don't want to listen to you, they're not going to fucking help you. None of that shit. Then, you're fucked. Alright, Xbox, you go to Xbox support because, you made a fuck up with something in the Microsoft store. When you were trying to buy a game, a DLC, or, some of y'all do this. I don't know. I ain't judging. You go and you buy a movie, because you want something to watch with the family. Could have went and bought it physically, so that way there you could watch it multiple fucking times. You wouldn't constantly need internet, all that shit. But you know what? Who cares? You wanted to watch a movie with a family, nobody's gonna judge you. All right. You go and you contact support about it, and you have to talk to them, right, in order to get help, right. Switch, you're stuck with the Nintendo Switch eShop. Alright? Or if you're on 3DS or Wii U or whatever the fuck console you're on, whatever their version of the eShop is. Switch 2 is just the Switch eShop because, they're the same. Alright, but when you're on PlayStation, you got the fucking PlayStation Store. You got their specific ones on their specific things. Alright, you don't got no Ubisoft Store on fucking Xbox. You don't have Ubisoft Store on Switch. You don't have Ubisoft Store on PlayStation. You do have Ubisoft games, though. Only through those specific platforms stores, right? On PC, you can get those Ubisoft games through Steam. You can get those Ubisoft games through Xbox app. You can get those Ubisoft games through Ubisoft. You got multiple options. So it's fine that Steam is digital only. They're an open market. Alright? Anybody can go and buy what they want on Steam. They can go and buy what they want on the Epic Game Store. They can go and buy what they want on GOG. They can go buy what they want on the Xbox app. Whatever the fuck they want to do. Nobody's going to be able to stop them. Nobody will stop them. Alright, and then there's also the other issue of pirating. A lot of people do it. I ain't gonna lie, I've done it once or twice before, alright, but it was just because, I wanted to test a specific game on my PC before I purchased it. If you're pirating for any other reason besides wanting to test it, I don't want to fucking hear shit from you, alright? You're a fucking idiot, get the fuck out of here. Alright, if you're not pirating to test it out on your system, then you got a fucking issue, alright? At one point, I had a fucking beast of a PC. I didn't even feel like pirating some specific games. I just wanted to fucking own them. So I went out of my way and I fucking bought them. And I still play them on a newer or not on a newer console, on a newer PC. I went out of my way, I bought Cyberpunk. I went out of my way, I bought Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. I went out of my way, I bought Modern Warfare 3. Because why the fuck not? Alright. I didn't have to go to Steam to buy those. I could have gone to GOG. I could have gone to Xbox app. Maybe not the Xbox app or GOG for Black Ops Cold War. But Modern Warfare 3, that is on the Xbox app. So I don't know where else it is. But you do have Battle.net for Cold War and Modern Warfare 3. That's another option that I just completely forgot about till just now. Alright. And all these different companies, right? They all communicate with each other. They all know what each other are doing half the time, right? So if you link one thing with the other, all that shit, they'll know what each other are doing. This is back to what I was talking about with my account, so don't worry, I'm not back off topic. I'm still on topic. Alright. Nintendo account linked with Ubisoft account, Nintendo and Ubisoft will communicate. They will tell each other what's going on the two accounts and all that, right? Apparently they don't fucking tell each other when you're buying shit because apparently they don't have the receipts from one another for you to be able to fucking use them for recovery. That's what I was getting to, alright? And then you go to Epic. Right? The Epic Game Store. You make a purchase on there, you get a receipt through email, right? Xbox, you make a purchase, you get a receipt from the Xbox store, right? You can go on your phone, you can see it, right? But you'll also get that receipt from Epic every once in a while. It's not always, it's not guaranteed, but every once in a while you do get that receipt from your Epic email, letting you know that yes, you did make that purchase. That purchase has gone through to the Epic servers, all that shit. Right? That means that yes, they are communicating. That means that there is something between those two receipts that you just got that tells the two companies, hey, these are both the exact same thing. Maybe you should use this in case of account recovery. But apparently no. Right? But anyways, I'm sorry if y'all felt like I wasted y'all's time. I just felt like I had to get this out there because Ubisoft is just being a dick right now. They've been like this for some fucking reason. I'm getting sick and tired of it, y'all. I don't know if y'all are getting tired of these companies with their bullshit, what they're doing, all that. But who knows? Alright. Have a good rest of the day.